In this video, I'm going to show you the key to growing your social media if you are trying to build an online fitness business. You want to do online training. And if you don't know why you should listen to me, well, because I did that. I have over 1 million YouTube subscribers. I have over 1 million Instagram followers, 1.5 million Facebook fans, and about 500,000 TikTok followers. And I figured out a long time ago how to build your social media. And in this video, I'm going to break this down for you. So there's a few things you need, but the very first thing, the most important thing, is to have a niche. And when I say have a niche, you want to specialize in something. For example, let's say there's a doctor and he's just a regular ass doctor. You can go see him if you hurt your toe, you got an ear infection, STD, just regular doctor shit. You'll see anybody for anything. Then you have a doctor who is a heart surgeon. Yeah, that's all he does is operate on hearts. I don't know what that entails, but I'm assuming he cut you open, he starts fucking with your heart until you're healthy. That's all he does. Who gets paid more? Obviously the surgeon, because he's a specialist. He specializes in something. Another example is during the pandemic, I was living in Manhattan on the Upper West Side, and on my block, there was a diner, a New York City diner, right on 72nd and West End, because I lived between West End and Broadway on 72nd Street. And there was a diner at the end of the block. And I used to go to that diner sometimes. It was fine. Going there, they were open almost 24 hours. You know, New York City diners had these thick menus where you can get any, right? You can get a fucking burrito, fucking stack of pancakes any time of day, or you can get a steak. And I would go there sometimes, right? It was convenient. But one of my favorite restaurants in New York was the STK in Midtown, STK Steakhouse. And, you know, I was cool with the manager and everybody up in there, the manager, the fucking staff and shit. People, especially on the weekends, people would dress up to go to STK, right? You could probably have a reservation to go in that motherfucker. Now, you can get a steak from the diner, but you can get all types of other shit from the diner. Specialists get paid more and are more popular as well. So what does that look like for you as a trainer, right? If you're trying to build your online fitness business, why is that important as it pertains to building your social media following? Because there are a lot of trainers. How many trainers do you think there are online? I have no idea. Probably fucking millions. Like, just think about, like, not even everybody who's certified, just every motherfucker online with trainer in their bio. Every asshole. It's probably millions. Do you want to compete with all those people? How you gonna stand out amongst all those people? If you're regular, if you're just a fitness guy or just a fitness girl, you're not gonna be able to stand out the same way the doctor is not special. Motherfucker go to that doctor for anything, but the best heart surgeon, you might fucking fly across the country for that shit. The best titty implant doctor, chicks is flying to different states to get to the best titty implant doctor. There's a chick on her way now to Dominican Republic to get that BBL. You know what I'm saying? Because they specialize. You got to specialize. So we're not going to compete with all trainers. We're going to specialize. You may be thinking, hey, I am just a fitness guy. Let me show you what I mean. So when I say you have to have a niche or a niche, if you're pretentious, I think about it in three different ways. So you want to think about who you're marketing to, what problem you're trying to solve for them, and how you're going to solve that problem. Let me explain. So with the who, you want to think about gender and age range. So every time I talk to trainers about this, and I was like, so are you going to market to men or women? And they say both. And I'm like, yeah, I know, right? But here's the problem with that. It's very difficult to successfully market to both men and women. You might be good enough to train both men and women. You know, human biology is fairly similar between the sexes. There are a few differences, but you know, if a chick does squats, her glutes are going to grow. And if a guy does squats, his glutes are going to grow, right? I mean, there's some differences, but it's not big enough. You know, you can train them both. However, can you market to them both? So here's the example I always show. Let me bring this up. Armpits across genders are pretty much the same. So this Old Spice, Pure Sport, almost the same ingredients and the same flavor as like regular Secret deodorant. If Secret deodorant and Old Spice deodorant, look at the back of it. The ingredients are almost the same. There's a few different scents, but some of the scents are almost the same. Like the Pure Sport Old Spice is the exact same scent as like the Fresh for Secret. But these multi-million-dollar companies, they're smart enough to know that they can't market to both men and women. So even though it's the same shit, look at the colors, look at the fonts, look at like just the marketing, even the things they say, the way they advertise on it is different. Now we look at Old Spice, this is a goddamn panther biting the motherfucking name of the shit. You can tell that that's for guys, even though this one is a fucking wolf, but armpits are the same. It's difficult to market to both genders. So even though you could train both, it's difficult to market to both. And also age range. So I think it should be a 10-year range. So, men or women, pick one, age 25 to 35 or 20 to 30 or 30 to 40. If you go too wide of a range, the problem is, let's say you said, I want to market the guys age 20 to 40. Well, here's the thing. A 40-year-old doesn't think anything like a 20-year-old, and a 20-year-old doesn't think anything like a 40-year-old. So it's going to be hard to develop a marketing strategy that appeals to them both. It's going to be not only difficult, almost impossible. So you want to break down gender or age, but then you want to think about what problem you're going to solve for them. This is very important. What problem you're going to solve for them. Business is all problem solved. So like I needed to find a mic for this podcast, and Shure solved that problem for me. Cameras to film all this shit, Sony solved that problem for me. We needed computers for this shit, Apple solved this problem for me. You need it. You got rich from watching my videos, and now all the dots is all over you, and I solved that problem for you with dot repellent. Business is all problem solving. So you need to think about why somebody will want to watch your fitness videos. Oh, to get in shape. No. You're thinking like the doctor, the regular doctor. I need to think about specialists. You need to be a specialist. So, for example, what do you want to focus on as far as fitness is concerned? It could be you want to focus just on people who want to get stronger. You could be people who just want to build muscle. I have a friend who focuses just on girls who want to get a bigger butt. Let me pull up this. The homie Booty King. Yeah, Booty King. And all he does is help women get bigger butts. That's all he focuses on. These not chicks who want to be fucking pro athletes. It's not fat girls who want to lose weight. It's all about building a bigger butt. That's what his whole brand is. And he has 1.4 million followers, and he's a multi-millionaire. That's the homie. But he's a specialist. You get what I'm saying? He specializes in one thing, one aspect of fitness. So what can you specialize in? And then you want to think about how. This is where it gets really sexy. It's like, how are you going to solve that problem? Like, what's going to be unique about either your methodology or your way of teaching, right? You got to have something unique. And here's the beauty of it. When this person who wants you to solve this problem in this way, when they find you, they're going to be excited. They're going to start sharing your content with other people. If you make content around these things, you make content for this person, and the content helps them solve this problem this way, the person who's into that is going to start sharing that content with other people. And here's the thing, birds of a feather flock together. So that people, when they share it on their pages, the people who are going to see it are people who are probably like them. And then they'll start to share it, because that's the only way you really grow your following. People have to share it. There are no like tricks. What kind of hashtags do I use? What's the best time of day to post? None of that shit really matters. It's negligible. What matters is people sharing your content with others. That's how you grow. That's how you go viral. People have to share it. So I'll give you an example. There was a time in my career where I was focusing just on men age 25 to 35 who wanted to get ripped. Now this is important. I knew as a trainer that get ripped meant they wanted to be muscular with low body fat. But trainers don't like phrases like toned. Oh, when girls say, I want to get toned. But we're not fucking talking to trainers, are we? No, we're trying to talk to the masses. We're trying to talk to people, regular people. So I use the term get ripped. If I was marketing to girls and they wanted to be muscular with low body fat, I'd say, hey, here's how you get toned. I would use their language. It's very important. But it was just guys who wanted to get ripped. It wasn't motherfuckers who wanted to be pro athletes. It wasn't people who wanted to be pro bodybuilders, power lifters, or even healthy. It was just about getting ripped. That's all we focused on. And the way we helped them do it was a mixture of the ketogenic diet, bodybuilding training. Now, check this out. First of all, I'm only focusing on men. Pause. That means that, like half the competition is not there. I'm focusing on. So I don't have to worry about half the competition. And it's not even all men. It's only men aged 25 to 35, a small segment of that population. But not even all of them, just the ones who wanted to get ripped. Not the guys who wanted to be fucking power lifters, not the obese motherfuckers who wanted to live a few more years. It wasn't none of them motherfuckers. And then it was only the ones wanted to do it with keto and bodybuilding, which is a super small segment of the population. But here's the beauty of it. Check this out. Who am I competing with this little space, this little sliver of the population? I bet you can't name 5 trainers who focus on men age 25 to 35 who want to get ripped with a ketogenic diet and bodybuilding training. You probably can't name 5. So here's the thing. 2 things started to happen when I focused like this. 1, the people who were interested in this shit, they were excited because another trainer may help them with their doing it, probably can do it the same way. You know, you go to an ear, nose, and throat doctor. Like, yeah, a regular doctor knows about noses and ears and shit. He's not a specialist. So they're going to be excited to come to him. They're going to be decided to come to specialists. But more importantly, when I always try to build social media to support my business, I'm not a fucking teenage girl doing this shit for likes or clout. I think that's what the kids are saying now, clout. Nah, man, it's for motherfucking currency. So when this person wants training, he can't price shop because there's no one else who specializes in this, or there's not many at least. That makes sense? You really set yourself apart. And that person's gonna start sharing this shit because he's excited. I'm speaking his language. I'm talking directly to him. That's how you stand out. You don't stand out to everyone. You stand out to a certain segment and they get excited. And then what you do, that's step 1, is develop a niche. Step 2 is to post content that will help this person accomplish their goal that way. You might have to explain to them why this is your preferred method of solving that problem. And that can be with that can be some of the content. So it's workouts or diet information, recipes, whatever you got going on that will help this person accomplish that goal. Start posting that frequently. And the thing is, you don't need a huge following to make money as an online trainer. Because, you know, I have my business, High Ticket Trainer, is where I teach trainers how to grow their online fitness business. And check this out, man. If you got 25 clients paying you $80 a week, 52 weeks, that's $104,000 a year. You make 6 figures with just 25 clients. On average, you won't be able to keep all of them for the whole year, but as long as you average 25, 100K business. You know what I'm saying? One man show, 25 clients. Do you need millions of followers to get 25 clients? Do you need 100,000 followers to get 25 clients? No. It's probably 25 people following you right now who would be excited, you know, if you amass any sort of following. These are the most important parts as it pertains to growing your following, but also just growing your business. Because if you don't do this, now you got to compete with all trainers. The alternative is competing with every fucking trainer because you're just a fitness guy and there's nothing about you that makes you special. And there's no reason why they should come to you over someone else. Some of you guys might be thinking $80 a week, that's too much for training. Is it? Listen, you're saying that because you're a poor boy. And I used to be a poor boy too. But you need to understand that everybody ain't broke. Fucking go to Equinox now, it's $250 an hour for 1 hour with a trainer. And let's say you got to see the trainer 2-3 times a week. Now we're talking about between $500 and $750 a week. $80 is a fucking steal. Here's the thing. The third thing you have to do is once you get clients, this is where it gets super important. You got to make sure they get results. And then you post those clients' results. This is super important. You post those clients' results. So when this person sees people like them who've accomplished the same goal they want to accomplish, and they see that you've helped a bunch of people like them, then they're going to be even more excited. But if you're just a fitness guy and you got testimonials from fucking fat boys, old people, children, fucking women, dudes, whatever else they got going on now, you got all this other shit. Then when this person sees you, he's just gonna think he's just a fitness guy. But imagine if all your testimonials were people like this. When I say this, it doesn't have to be exactly what I said. The who, what was your kind of person with that problem you specialize in solving in a special kind of way. When all your testimonials are that, it's like it's a no-brainer when they come. But you got to get testimonials. And I'm about to show you how to get testimonials. Your clients have to get amazing results, even online. And I know a lot of trainers who are stuck in the gym, they don't know how to do that, or they think it can't be done. And I used to think it too, because I started training people in person in 1999. No bullshit. And so if you would have told me back then that I could train someone online and they would get the same results or better without me ever seeing them or correcting their form or whatever shit, then I wouldn't have believed it. But I believe it now. Now I'm about to tell you how you can do it, because I had to figure it out myself. I was one of the first people to do online training back in 2009, back in the fucking MySpace MySpace days. I was one of the pioneers in this industry. But before I show you that, I want to show you the power of testimonials. Let's go back to my homie Booty King. Imagine you're a girl, you want to build a bigger butt, and you see all these testimonials from girls who got bigger butts. It's not any kind of girl. These are not like big fat girls. These are not old fucking women, fucking senior citizens and shit. It's young girls who want to get a bigger butt. Young women who want to get a bigger butt. He follows this exactly. Young women are probably in their women in their 20s want to get a bigger butt. And he has his own methodology. I don't be watching his videos or with the sound on. But yeah, you see all these testimonies, all these girls who he's helped get bigger butts. Look at this. Like, you're gonna be like, oh, this is the guy for me. I want my butt to get big. This brother's doing God's work. Booty King is doing God's work. You know what I'm saying? So how do you get great results for your clients online? In-person training is good. I started off as an in-person trainer, and it helped me hone my skills. However, I noticed there was a flaw. Let me explain. How many of you guys go to the gym every day or multiple times a week, and then you realize you see these same people over again for a year, and these motherfuckers still fat? Motherfuckers still fat. I knew people who worked in the gyms, aerobics instructors who were fat. Their motherfucking job was cardio, and they were still fat. How could this be? Well, it's because in-person training puts all the emphasis on the training and very little emphasis on the diet. Like, the trainer may give you some advice, it may give you some guidelines, but they're not making sure you track your macros every day. They're not making sure that you hit your target caloric intake every day. They're just giving you fucking advice. They're with you for 1 hour. The rest of the 23 hours of the day, you're left to your own devices to do the same shit that got you fat in the first place. And even I noticed that. When I was a trainer, I was like, man, some people it was difficult to get them results. And let me tell you why. You can't out-train a bad diet. You just can't out-train a bad diet. For example, if you want to burn a pound of fat, you have to be in a caloric deficit of 3,500. Meaning you have to burn 3,500 calories to burn 1 pound of fat. And the problem is that actual exercise or even cardio is not the best way to put yourself in a caloric deficit, because the average person, if they ran a fucking mile, they burn about 100 calories. There's more than 100 calories in like a handful of almonds, a banana, a can of Coca-Cola Classic. It's super difficult to burn enough calories to be in a deficit. Diet is the most important thing. You cannot out-train a bad diet. You can't out-train a bad diet, but you can out-diet bad training, right? So when I started my online training business in 2009, I figured, all right, I can't be in there correcting their form or making sure that they do the exercise perfect. But I also knew that for the majority of people I was marketing to, people who wanted to get ripped, it wasn't even that important. So what I did was I flipped this whole thing on its head, and I said, you know what? I'm going to put most of the emphasis on the diet. I mean, I'm gonna give them a dope program, and I'm gonna make sure they do that, when they're supposed to and everything. But we're gonna focus on the diet. I had to develop a way that I can track my clients' calories and macros every day. And initially, I was doing it with Google Sheets, where I would set up like a Google Doc, and every day they I taught them how to track their macros and shit. And every day they had to put it in the doc, and I had formulas and shit. And every day they put it in, and I hit them up in the morning. I'd be like, yo, man, good job. You hit your macros. You stayed underneath your calories for the day, man. Let's go. Let's keep up that momentum. Or if they was off, I would be able to see it. If they was off or if they didn't put it in, I'd be like, hey, asshole, fuck you doing, fat boy? Fuck you doing, man? Don't waste my motherfucking time. My training style is a bit aggressive, but that resonates with some people. They started to know, fuck, if I don't hit my caloric intake properly, if I don't hit my macros, this crazy asshole is gonna flip out on me again. And I'm like, hey asshole, I'm gonna know when we see the scale. Send me a picture of the scale. I'm gonna know if you was fucking lying or not, and I'll come find you. I have a particular skill set. I took my training real seriously. I took pride in training. I took pride in training. And we do it more sophisticated ways now. Like when people join my program, we help them set up their own app. It's a better user experience for both of them and their clients. However, this was initially what I did. And so they had to mark that they did their training and their diet, but I was really hyper focused on the diet, because I knew if we dialed in the diet, there's no way they would lose. There was no load. Like, it would be mathematically impossible for them to lose. If you are in a 3,500 calorie deficit, you will burn a pound of fat every time. And what started to happen was super fucking interesting. As long as they did the fucking training adequately, I didn't need to correct their form, make sure they do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the most important part. I started noticing my fucking online clients were getting better results than my in-person clients. So I started doing this same diet shit for my in-person clients too. And now I'm like, no, hey asshole, man, we setting them, guess what? You think you can come here and just fuck around with me? No, we setting up Google Sheets and shit. I'm gonna be watching you all the time. I'm gonna know what you eating every day, fat boy. And then they started getting those results too. And then I just started rolling that out. You know, when I finally pivoted from in-person training, it was all online. It was all about this. This is the key. And what happened was I started getting so many testimonials. And I noticed I was getting better results than almost every in-person trainer in the world. And I don't say that as an exaggeration, because almost no in-person trainers are tracking their clients' diets the way I was at the time. I got all these testimonials, and I would post those testimonials along with the advice, but post that online. People started sharing it, and not only was I getting new followers, motherfuckers was coming to me, yo, how can I stop being fat like all your clients? And I'm like, hey asshole, you're not tough enough to work with me, are you? No, I would just be like, all right, man, well, I'll show you out. And I get on a call with them. I do a sales call with them. Boom. Next thing you know, they're a client. Next thing you know, I'm balling, shot calling. I found out I was helping people more with this method. I was helping people more when I started focusing on the diet and the nutrition. Somebody's thinking you have to be a certified nutritionist or a dietitian to get fitness advice. I am a certified nutritionist. However, there is no law. I've looked this up, and over 15,000 people have been through my program, and some of them weren't certified in nothing. But it doesn't matter, because fucking getting someone in shape, it's just fucking math, man. Make sure they hit their calories and they're in a deficit if they need to lose fat. Make sure they're in surplus if they need to gain weight and hitting enough protein. It's just fucking math. What you're really selling is accountability. But you don't need to be a certified nutritionist. There are no laws in any state in America that say you have to be certified to do anything fitness related in the United States. Only law is that if you want to give diet advice to help people with a disease or some sort of illness, then you have to, in some states, you have to be a certified nutritionist or dietitian. But we're not helping people with diseases. We help them motherfuckers get sexy. You know what I'm saying? We help them motherfuckers get in amazing shape, man, so they can find someone to have sex with, or so their partners don't have sex with someone else. We're doing God's work over here, man. You know what I'm saying? That's basically how you do it. But the thing is, I highly suggest you follow what I said, because you might see some of these other fitness guys or some of these other influencers doing a whole bunch of wacky shit to get followers. You can do fucking some wacky, zany shit and get followers. You can just get wacky, man. Get zany. But that's not going to get you money. Or if you're a girl, you can just, put your ass and your titties on and you'll get a bunch of followers, but that ain't going to get you no money. I know that for a fact, because, there's a lot of women on social media with millions of followers, hundreds of thousands of followers. And I've had sex with some of these women. These bitches are poor as fuck. Bitches have 500,000 followers and they don't have $500. I mean that literally. Like it may have been funny, but it wasn't a joke, because the way they were marketing themselves, it wasn't attracting what? Clients. You got your fucking big titties on the gram all day. Cool. No heterosexual man has ever got a female trainer without having ulterior motives. It has never happened in the history of the world. If you're a female trainer and you're watching this, your who needs to be women. It starts off as the gender is women, because if you focus on men, they are not going to buy personal training for you. They'll subscribe to your OnlyFans or buy any other things you may be offering. They are not going to buy online training from you. It won't happen. Or I know some guys who blew up doing zany workouts, motherfucking lifting wacky shit, doing stunts, motherfucking doing parkour, doing ninja warrior workouts in the fucking park. That's not solving a problem for anyone. It's just showing off. It's just showing off. You can get followers showing off, being zany, but those followers aren't potential clients. I highly suggest you follow my methodology, because not only did it help me become a millionaire, multi-millionaire, but I've also, I'm giving you free game, man. I teach traders. I've taught over 15,000 people how to grow their online fitness business. I post the results on my Instagram every day. On my Instagram, there's testimonials from my students who made a bunch of money doing this shit. This is how you grow your following. Here's the thing, guys. This works in any industry though, right? Even if you're not an online trainer, you still got to say who you're marketing to, what problem you're going to solve for them, and how you're going to solve that problem. Then you get testimonials and you show that same person how you help people just like them solve their problem in your way. You'll get more customers. It works like that. Listen, I have some more videos on business. If you want to know more about this, click over here somewhere. It should be popping up somewhere. It'll be popping up, don't it? It's popping up.
It's going to show up.
Click it down. I might be covering my face or some shit.